We're going to start with a bit of centering. If sitting cross-legged is not comfortable for you, sit with your legs outstretched, with your legs in a small V, just to feel as settled as you can. You can also sit on a little chair or on a block. So Karen, if you want to sit with your legs outstretched, that's absolutely fine, whatever way you feel best. And close your eyes. Start inhaling and exhaling. And feeling this presence, that it is you. And in these classes, this term, we have been researching the different layers of our body, the different sheaths. We research the body sheath, body layer, the breath layer, the mind layer. And today we're going one step deeper with vijnanamaya Kosha, which is the intellect layer. So let's start by allowing our sensorial organs to listen to everything that is around us. Listen to the sounds far away from us and the closer sounds. And let your attention swap from sound to sound. And bring your attention to your sense of smell. Some of you might be burning incense, or perhaps the candle that we lit will have some aroma. And bring your attention to your sense of taste. Feeling whether there is any taste, any flavors. And your sense of touch. Feel your hands resting on your knees. Feel the temperature of the room that you're in. Perhaps you can also feel the touch of your clothing on your skin. Now bring your attention to your sense of sight. So vijnanamaya Kosha is our intellect, or rather our intuition. Now let go of all of your sensorial organs. Bring in pratyahara, which is sense withdrawal, and focus on your breath. Start inhaling, feeling the vibration between your eyebrows, and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Starting to activate your third eye chakra, your Ajna chakra. And as you are breathing, Just observe what's happening. Can you keep your concentration on your breath? Or is your mind wandering? Our breath is our pranamaya kosha. And our mind is our manomaya kosha, the mind layer. This layer that is identified with the I am. And it's the space where you feel the I am and you attach it to some labels. I am female, I am from this nationality, I am a yogi. And this layer, the problem with this layer is that you also sometimes can relate it to things that are judgmental. So when you go from this layer into the next layer, you're starting to get to know your true nature. The nature that is beyond those layers of the body and the energy and the mind. This is the layer of the intuition. Let me invite you to put an intention for this practice. And this intention should be a heartfelt desire. If you normally have one intention that you use, silence it for a moment and see what your heartfelt desire brings. This is called a sankalpa. What would you like to think? I am glad I was, or I am glad I created in my life X, Y, Z. As you are at the end of your life. This could be a way of thinking about it. And a sankalpa is in general created in a positive tense, in a present tense, as a positive affirmation. Bring your hands towards your heart, open your eyes, and bow your heads. Namaste. So in these yin yoga classes, we normally do a few exercises. As we go deeper into the layers of our existence, we need this space of silence. So today there will be a bit of meditative practice. And we're going to start with tarak practice, which is a type of meditation. That's Jane. Hello, Jane. Just in time for the tarak practice. So the tarak practice is a candle gazing meditation. That's why I asked you to get a candle today. And this is one I prepared earlier. We want to do tarak with little lights around us. So if you have your top lights on, I will invite you to switch them off. I will switch some of my lights off as well. And we're getting very romantic, aren't we? So the tarak meditation is a meditation that you will gaze into the candle's flame for as long as you can with your eyes wide open, and try to keep your eyes wide open until your eyes start to tear. So when you start feeling the tears coming out, you can blink your eyes, and you will feel that the image of the candle will be on your third eye. So we're going to do this for about 5 minutes or so. If you need to blink, just blink and keep your eyes closed. And we're going to make our Namaste hands into a mudra. Namaste is a mudra. We're going to bring the hands together and then relax the fingers so that we open the hands as if it was a seed. So instead of having the hands like this, we are relaxing the hands and imagining that this is a seed that we're going to be planting on our hearts. So bring your hands to your heart. Open your seed and plant it onto your heart. Close your eyes and bow to your heart. Vijnanamaya Kosha is a connection between the mind and the heart. So the mind is the rational things, and the heart will tell this rational mind to listen to the intuition. So that intention that you put at the beginning of the class, plant it in your heart. And then open your eyes and start gazing at your candle. Try not to blink. To start with, you will find it quite difficult because we are used to blinking. And as soon as you start feeling the itchiness of the eyes, just see if you can maybe blink quickly and then start gazing again. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. If your hands to your heart makes you feel more tense in your shoulders, you can relax them over your knees. Breathe and watch the candle. Try not to blink. And when you finally need to blink, close your eyes and keep them closed, picturing the image of the candle between your eyebrows. You will feel that between your hands and this seed, there is a lot of energy, there is heat. So open your seed, keep your eyes closed, and bring your hands like two little spoons over your knees. Open your eyes and watch the candle again. Elena, are you okay? Watching the candle. You might feel that there is like a ghost behind the candle, different colors. I'm seeing a bit of green around the candle flame. So the flame is what we focus on. You can see the flame dancing with any air that is around. Or maybe it's like a very straight line upwards. And when you know that you can't take it any longer, that you need to blink, just close your eyes and picture this image between your eyebrows. Bring your hands back onto the seed next to your heart. And bow your head. Good. Rub your hands together and cover your eyes with the palms of your hands and blink behind your palms. And you can tap around your eyes a little bit. You will have the image of the candle for a while. Good. And we will come to our first posture. So if you want to stay with your room dark, you can. I will put a light on so that we can see each other. You can see me. Good. So bring yourselves into a wide-legged pose. And on the email, I ask you to get either some lunch boxes or a couple of blocks. Or a chair. Show you how to use a chair. On other classes, you can get a chair. Can be the corner of the chair. Or a bed if you can put your legs underneath. And we're going to rest the forehead onto either the chair or the blocks. If you have blocks, have them quite high, so it can be like these. Or if you have more flexibility, you can have them like these, a little bit lower. If you want to rest your forehead on whatever you are using. So yes, Elena, for you, a chair would be ideal. For pregnancy, it's better to give more room. When you're not pregnant, you can let your body release down. Maybe if you have a lot of flexibility, you can have a block close to the floor and just rest there. But we're stimulating our third eye chakra. So whatever you do, make sure that you're resting. You can also rest your forearms over the support. And see if you can see the image of that candle that you were gazing. Tarak meditation, candle gazing meditation, is a type of meditation that can help with grief, with loss, can also help to release anxiety that we might not know where it's coming from. In our vijnanamaya Kosha, we might sometimes find ourselves feeling grief or feeling pain that is not ours. And Eckhart Tolle talks about the collective pain, or like the collective body. And because we are all connected, that means that we also can feel the pain and the anxiety from our environment. During this time, I've noticed myself that sometimes I would be waking up very early in the morning and just not be able to go back to sleep, thinking about things and feeling something that had no reason to be there. And I believe there is this collective consciousness that we share as humans that goes beyond our instinct. for the next few moments on this forward fold. Always when you feel that your body is releasing, you can let your support be lowered. Just ponder about this concept of collective consciousness. And breathe into your legs and onto your hips, onto your lower back, especially for Janice. Breathing and releasing any tension there. In my experience, many times when we experience pain, as the pain is not present in the physical body, the pain is present on the energetic body. This pain can be related to things that are not to do with our muscles or our organs or our tendons. They are to do with other experiences. They are to do with other types of thought processes. When we look at the Manomaya Kosha, we were looking at our internal dialogue, the samskaras, the thoughts that might revolve in our mind. Now, if you go one layer deeper, you might find that all of those things have correlations in your body, correlations in your environment, that sometimes you can't really justify. So can you allow yourselves to observe the pain, observe the thought pattern, observe where it takes you without judgment. And maybe, just maybe, you will liberate yourself from it. Because you are not your body, you are not your thoughts. You are that observes. 5 more breaths in this posture. And lift your head. Walk your hands back towards you. Take a moment to rest your hands behind. Wiggle your toes, shake your legs. And bring your legs together. Just hug your knees for a moment. Releasing your neck. Good. And stretch your legs forwards, massaging the whole of your legs. And we're going to come into all fours just to open up the upper body. So come into all fours and have your hands one step forwards from your shoulders. So normally when we do cat-cow, I ask you to have your hands underneath your shoulders. Today we want to have a little bit more movement back and forth. So just start swaying onto your knees a little bit, back and forth. And then tuck your chin, push your upper body and come towards your heels, and bringing it up, come forwards. Let your head stretch up, and push back, and come forwards. Pushing back, and coming forwards. And make circles with your hips in one direction and change direction. Trying to release any tension in the hips. Good. So we're going to come into the puppy dog posture. There are a few ways that you can do it. If you have a couple of blocks, you can bring your forearms onto your blocks and let your chest go down. Maybe your forehead will come onto the floor. If you don't have blocks, you can have your hands on the floor and release your forehead. We don't want to tense the shoulders too much, so just make sure that the shoulders are free. If this feels really comfortable and you want to go to the next level, you will bring your elbows onto the floor and bring your hands behind your neck in Namaste. You can also do that with the blocks. So the blocks will give you a little bit of a lift from the floor and a deeper stretch on your armpits. And if you have your hands together with your elbows on the block or on the floor, you can bring the seed mudra again, opening the space inside your hands, generating that beautiful warmth, that energy. We're only going to be in this position for a couple of minutes. If you feel too uncomfortable, just know that it's not going to last. Anicca, everything appears and then disappears. And if we calm the fluctuations of the mind and we observe, we might connect with vijnanamaya Kosha, this layer of the intuition, the intellect, the discernment. There is great importance on understanding the difference between pain and discomfort, the difference between harm and improvement. We're coming to the last 30 seconds on this posture. You can ease out or go deeper. And very gently bring yourselves up. Come back into your all fours and make circles with your hips, releasing your head. And sit back onto your heels. Keep your eyes closed and just feel your shoulders, feel your neck, feel your third eye. Lovely. If you find sitting on your shins uncomfortable, I would invite you to sit on a chair. So the next posture on a chair or on a sofa We're going to be seated on a comfortable position, and especially for people with problems on the knees, I just want you to be seated nice and comfortably. Even if you don't have problems on your knees, you can sit on a chair. We're going to work with the arms. If you are sitting on the floor and you have a block, you can sit on the block. And we're going to bring our arms into eagle arms. So in eagle arms, you have a few options. You can either have your hands over your shoulders if your arms cannot touch. You can bring your arms to touch just back to back, or you can bring your hands to wrap around. So if your hands cannot wrap around, you can have hands back to back. Yeah. So Karen and anyone, Jane as well, if you have issues with your knees, you sit on the chair and just bring your arms into your eagle arms. Janice as well, if your back prefers it. Then from here, we're going to inhale and lift the elbows, releasing the space between your shoulder blades. And maybe bring your chin towards your chest. Breathe deeply. So the space between your shoulder blades is the space where your heart chakra is. Is the exit space for that chakra that, if it's combined heart with the intellect, it will guide us into our intuition. One more breath in here. And you can release your elbows towards your chest, bringing your hands away from you. So before we had the hands at perpendicular to the floor, now bring the hands away. And stretch the hands to one side. That's it, Liz. Yeah. Breathe, feeling your shoulders. And stretch the hands to the other side. And bring your arms back to center. Release your arms. Roll your shoulders. Check that your neck is free to move. Sides of the neck. And we're going to cross the arms in the other direction. First, bring your hands behind and just stretch your hands away from you, opening the chest a little bit. And release. Good. Bring your arms parallel to the floor, and if you had your right over your left, have your left over your right this time. You can hug your shoulders if you prefer, and then you will bring your elbows up. The other second option is to have hand against hand with the back of the hands facing each other. And the third option is to cross your hands so that they are touching each other. Good. And close your eyes. Bring your elbows up. And feel the back between your shoulder blades, opening up. Breathe deeply. And see if you can visualize your candle again. Now release your elbows towards your chest And let your hands come away from you. This is a strong stretch on the shoulders. Be careful with the shoulders if there is an injury. And bring both hands to one side. And bring it to the other side. And back to center. And cross the arms. Stretch your arms, roll your shoulders. Sometimes the crossing of the arms doesn't happen, so just hugging your shoulders is enough. And shake. Interlace your fingers behind and open your chest. Lovely. And release. Good. We're going to bring ourselves onto the mat. And we're going to have a block nearby. So just watch for a moment. Our arms will be overhead and the hands can be facing upwards, or you can be holding onto the elbows. And we're going to have the block next to our hips, and just bring the sides of the block onto the side of the hip. So this is not going to be a deep twist. If you don't have a block, you can have a cushion or a blanket, something that will stop your legs. So once you have your block there, I want you to relax the leg that is closest to the block. Just feel that tendency of keeping your knees joining each other. Now we're allowing it to open up. We're allowing the inner thighs to release and relax. For pregnancy, you can have cushions underneath your back so that your head is not so low. And this type of twist that is not deep is okay to do. And if the cushions make your arms overhead too hard to hold, you can have your hands by the side. Let go of any tension. Breathe into the slight twist. And maybe, if you wanted to, you can turn your head in the opposite direction to your legs. And see if you can feel your spine spiraling. Scan your inner thighs, scan your lower back. And let go. Three more breaths in this side. And bring your legs back to center. You can bring your knees towards your chest and make circles with your knees in one direction and on the other direction. Rocking side to side. And take your support, bring it on the other side. So whilst sometimes we do deep twists, this one is a very light twist. You don't want to bring the knees close to the floor. So let your knees rest to the other side, and your arms can be overhead or they can be to the side. Feel where your legs are. You can rest one foot on the arch of the other. Relaxing your inner thighs. You can turn your head away from your knees. And observe your mind. Observe your body. Observe your breath. And we're coming into the last 3 breaths. We're going to bring ourselves back to center. Bring your knees towards each other and rest your hands over your hips. Good. And bring both knees towards one side. Coming all the way up into sitting. The last posture is going to be an inversion, a brief inversion. And I would recommend you to do it either with a chair or with a sofa or with a bed. Ellen and I have, the pregnancy, have a bit of a support for the head and the upper body. If you feel that you need the support for your back as well, you can. We're going to hook the legs over a chair, a sofa, whatever we have handy. We can have a cushion underneath our head to give us a bit more comfort, or nothing if you prefer. And have your hands resting onto your hips. Just listen to your body. When we have our legs resting like these and our hands resting over the hips, it's almost like if we were floating. There is no pressure on the lower back. The shoulders feel more relaxed. The jaw is relaxed. If you have an eye pillow, you can bring it over your eyes. You can even bring one of your arms over your eyes, just to have that darkness. That sense withdrawal that will help you to connect with your intuition. A deeper I am, that the I am that we were researching last week. This is the I am eternal. I am limitless. I am perfect. The I am that is connected with a true belief that we are here in this planet to be fulfilled, to be happy, to be whole. That all of the knowledge that we need already exists within us. And we just need to tap into it. We just need to open the gate to access it. Allow your breath to be deep onto your diaphragm. If you need to change the position of your hands, you can do that. And we're going to come out of this posture, but on stages. You can bring your knees closer to your chest and just rest your feet onto the chair. And take a moment there. Your knees don't need to be close to your chest, they can be away from your chest. And maybe you want to push with your hands onto your knees. And breathe onto your spine. Janice, this would be particularly good for you. Imagine that you're letting the spine stretch just by having this traction. Inhaling and exhaling. And release. Bring both knees to one side. Bring yourselves up into sitting. We are going to finish with a Tarak meditation. So if you feel that you rather do Shavasana and just lie on the floor, you can do that. If you want to do a little bit more work, Tarak meditation is also very good to strengthen the eyesight. So I want you to be comfortable. If you want to sit on a chair, you can have, although you need to have your candle at eye level, you are allowed to sit on a chair a little bit further away and just contemplate the candle from a distance with a lot of attention. I'm going to lower my lights as well. So Elena, you have a choice. You can go into Shavasana, or you can gaze your candle or lie on the floor. Yes, do any movements that you might need to release any tension. And let me know afterwards if you need help, if there was something that didn't feel quite right. Good. We're going to have 5 minutes of meditation. Gazing onto the candle. And if you don't have a candle, you can just close your eyes and imagine the flame of a candle between your eyebrows. And see how you might feel a little bit different now to when you started the class. You might be able to gaze the candle for longer without blinking. Resist the urge of blinking. And when you have to blink, close your eyes and see the image of the candle in your third eye. And you might even see the purple color of your third eye chakra. Keep gazing at the image of the flame between your eyebrows. And the colors might change. You might feel like if you're frowning a little bit. Stay with it, relaxing your face. You don't need to frown. And as the image of the flame becomes smaller and smaller, and your eyes have been moistured by your eyelids, open your eyes again and gaze to the flame. And when you have to blink, close your eyes. You can bring your hands into your seed mudra. Place it onto your chest. Keep your eyes closed. Slightly bow your head, just slightly. Bowing towards your wisdom, your intuition, your clairvoyance, this collective knowledge that we all have. We're going to finish chanting Om 3 times, followed by Shanti, 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 Om, peace, peace, peace. Inhale to begin, inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Rub your palms together. Make the movement a little faster, generating prana between your hands, and place your palms over your face. Inhale deeply. Open your eyes to the darkness of your hands. Slide your hands to your chest. Bow your heads. Namaste. You can blow your candles.